Hey guys, what's good? I am Millie trying to be a good boy on the Ethan Becker Discord. I'm pretty sure you guys probably see me in the chats or you see me in the the voice chats and stuff like that. I'm really active on the Discord. I am here every day, like literally every day, and it's one of the best communities I ever joined, and I am so thankful that I'm able to be a part of all this. And from being here from day one, I've understand and listened to a lot of frustrations when it comes to art and just trying to get the ball rolling. So a little backstory on myself. Before the lockdown, I was a person that's constantly busy doing things. I had to work, I had responsibilities, I had to pay off these bills, and I had to help out family members. And that cut a lot of time short when it came to doing my own thing. Like, I really love art. I don't want to work at a 9 to 5 or graveyard shift like job for the rest of my life. I truly hate it. And ever since lockdown, I have not even thought about my job, no matter like how little money that I receive, doing other side hustles, doing like commissions or even doing affiliate deals or whatever. The small amount of money is I am totally fine with, as long as I get to do what I love the most, and that is drawing and illustrating and increasing my knowledge on how to get better at art in general. I just want to get good. I want to be that type of artist that wants to draw anything that I want to draw, not with sheer imagination, but with like the technical skills that I can understand this. But the one thing that I've gotten out of my entire journey within the 2 years of me just seriously taking art, just really serious, was the fact that we have to start working on personal projects. We had Rice Pirate on the Discord not that long ago, probably like a month or so ago. Rice Pirate also even mentioned that starting your own projects helps you get better. If there's anything that you don't know how to do, you research it so you can do it for your own project. And I've been doing the same thing, but I just kind of don't post it as much because I was kind of shy about it. And I'll get to that point sometime later on. And I'm gonna tell you why I started posting a lot more now when it came to my own personal work. All right, let's get started. And getting started is just picking up a project that you always want to do or something that you want to do so you can move on towards your ideas, just to make you feel a little bit more fulfilled, have fun, and enjoy art instead of always focusing on the draw box or the fundamentals. They are important, and I believe that the more you learn your fundamentals and get it down to a T, the better you will get. But also, getting started on a project will also push you even more towards that direction of getting better at what you're doing. A lot of reasons why we don't start on these projects and why I didn't start posting my projects until I was burdened by life and I was just getting really frustrated with the things I had to do that wasn't art related. A lot of people, and even myself, we tend to rationalize reasons why we should not start. And it can be a million reasons. I have a few reasons already written up, and let me know if this resonates with you in any type of way. The very first reason that I didn't even do anything is because I felt like I wasn't good enough to push my own work. When on Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, anywhere else that's art related, even on YouTube, I see people working on their own projects and they're so freaking good, right? And I'm just like, okay, I'm not good. I cannot meet that bar. I can't like post anything because I'm afraid of the embarrassment and what people might think about my current skills and stuff like that. I didn't start because I didn't feel like I was good enough. I have friends and family tell me that I'm good, but I didn't believe it in myself. A lot of times we have to really get down to it personally and come to the realization saying, forget all that. I might not be good enough, but that shouldn't stop me from starting or trying in the first place. And some of these other reasons here also help with the whole I'm not good enough. As in, my idea is stupid or silly. I'm afraid of judgment from others. I have always been constantly worried about the judgment of others, especially when it came to doing my own personal work. I was afraid of someone saying like, yo, that is terrible. Why would you ever put something like that out? Why would you even think of that? I think you need help or something. I was just afraid of these crazy like ideas of people just judging me for my ideas and stuff like that. Or just afraid that my idea wasn't original. or and at the end of it, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin with all this stuff, right? Just how do I make something that's original, something that's great? How do I make it something good enough that I can accept the it's so sad, like accept that people like accept my own work and like, you know, and not get down on me for even trying in the first place. The acronym of it will be more like rational lies that we will tell ourselves because of fear. We will rationalize the reasons why we don't do something due to fear. Our brain is not geared to handling new situations very well. Depending on the type of person you are, it might be different for you. But for some people, and me being one of them, I'm not perfect, but I will rationalize all these things on why I shouldn't make a YouTube, why I shouldn't be on social media, why I shouldn't post on Instagram. And that's just our brain trying to keep us in a comfort zone. And we're always going to be in a comfort zone. Just like when it comes to doing fundamentals, we find fundamentals being really, really hard, but we don't want to keep going with it because it's tough, it's hard, sometimes we don't get it, and it's just like, it's just too much for us. So we say, you know what, forget it. I don't need the fundamentals. I'll just keep on having fun with my art. It's great that you're having fun with your art, but there will be a point in time where you want to get better at it. And you could be a natural artist and just keep going and going and going, but you will still have these mistakes that you can see for yourself. So this is all about getting over the fear of all these questions, all these doubts in your mind right now. Moving on to the next slide. And I'm just going to talk about every point and subject. Damn, I messed that up. Okay, so what if your idea is stupid, right? Like, I have made stories off the top of my dome, just practicing making pitches. And I got kind of good at it. But there is no such thing as a stupid idea. It might be weird to others because they might not get it, but nothing is really stupid. And if you actually look back at the things that have been created so far, like the most popular animes and TV shows that are made, they were kind of done as a silly idea, and that silly idea became something big. And my first case study would be, don't at me for this, but it would be One Punch Man. One Punch Man started off as a lighthearted comic that a person made, and he wasn't the best artist at all, but he told a damn good story that people liked, and it was just a silly story to begin with, but it's not stupid because everyone loved it anyway. Even if people don't like it, I'm pretty sure you will find a niche group that would have a guilty pleasure and like it. Just like Tommy Wiseau's The Room. It's a terrible film, but it's an amazing film at the same time. And then there's another phenomenon. I'm probably dating myself here, but there's another show. The history of this is like just bonkers. It's called The Tick. And if anyone is familiar with The Tick, please let me know in the comments, in the Discord or in Twitch right now. Because The Tick had such a interesting backstory, let me tell you. Thank you so much, Rue. Thank you. I appreciate you. I can't read that, but thank you so much. But I'm gonna let you guys know that The Tick, the history of The Tick, all right? It started off as a comic strip for a comic book store to promote the comic book store itself, all right? And at the time, oh my God, it was like the perfect place and perfect time. In the late 80s, early 90s, all these animated cartoon shows were coming from comic books, like just randomly everywhere. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Tick. There's a lot more that escaped me. Like even Spider-Man, like a lot of the Marvel stuff, like started coming up on air. And as a kid, I was like, wow, these shows must be really good because this is something that I'm into and it's already out there on television. So that's how I knew something was good, right? The Tick went on for a couple seasons animated on Fox Network. It got canceled, all right? And it's supposed to be a lighthearted satire on the superhero genre. It got canceled. a couple, like maybe like a decade later after that, it had another show. It had a live action show that aired on Fox. Also got canceled. And this is coming from like a comic strip that wasn't meant to go anywhere. It has another show. And it's on Amazon Prime. I highly suggest watching it. It's really good. It's really great. And The Tick, in some way, shape, or form, in different medias, it keeps on emerging in different decades, where you might not have grown up with Tick, but you probably heard about the Tick, or your parents might have known about the Tick. It's kind of like the Spawn phenomenon, like how Spawn became this comic book and it just blew up into toys and animation and movies. So these are just things that people just said, you know what, I have a project. There's a story I want to tell, and I want to make this thing, and I don't care about the doubters. I don't care about what other people say about me or whatever my message is behind this stuff, even with cancel culture. Like, don't care. I just want to make something that I enjoy and put it out there. There's no one stopping you. There's no gatekeepers, especially in today's era. There's literally no gatekeepers stopping you from doing your own thing. Like, if I wanted to, I can write a book. I can write a novel right now. And I can get it like published, and I can have it up as an ebook, or I can have it on the Amazon store and have it sell for like $2 or something. And then I have the official title of being an author. All right. No matter what it may be, it can be animation, it can be webtoon, it can be even for like a concept for a video game. It does just start working on a project. If you have something that you always want to do, just do it, because that's how you can get better over time. And my case study for today, man, oh my God. If you are afraid of judgment, if you guys are afraid of judgment, the first thing you guys need to do is that understand that nobody cares. Literally nobody cares what you're doing, because everyone else is focused on their own life. Like, legitly, nobody cares. I remember I fell down in public once. I had some people laugh at me, right? Just it's always funny to see someone fall. But like the next day, still going to the same area, it's like nothing even happened. Like, literally nobody cares. Nobody cares. Everyone else is busy worrying about their own thing, like their own job security or their own well-being, their health or their life or whatever they have to do. Just get that in your mind. Nobody cares about what you're doing unless you start getting big. All right. And you shouldn't either care about what other people think about you as well. All right, found him. Nicholas Dapperby. He's already verified. He's verified. He is a black artist that I followed for years. All right, he doesn't even use his DeviantArt anymore. He just kind of like let it fall to the wayside. All right, I want you guys to let me know how you guys feel about this guy. You think he's amazing? Is he great? You love his art style? I'm going all the way down to the bottom. All the way down. Because this is like his earliest of all work. Earliest of all his work. This is not even like what he does now. This is his very first post. He posted this in 2011. All right, so this is early work here. Even look at his manga. He started making mangas when he was in high school. Yeah, he's like rough around the edges and it's all very sketchy, and he didn't like ink it in or finalize it, but he wanted to make something anyway. He loved this stuff, and he just made himself project after project after project. And as he kept on making his comics and stories, he kept on getting better and better over the years and time. I had like a time frame from 2011, 2015, and currently 2020 of his work. And the jumps is crazy. Now, he made a couple stories. He made a couple mangas. He even had his own little event hosted by Black Noir. He even had his own little figure for his main character. Manga's out. He's also on like webtoons too. I think it was Saturday AM manga cartoons or manga. And he's with White Manga and other black creatives and people who just really passionate about making their own manga. That didn't stop right there. He even worked on designing the album for the Black Panther movie. How crazy is that? And this is why I say you just gotta start working on a project. Working on a project will help you get better over time. You're doing it for fun, and then if you're learning the fundamentals and applying them to your fun project, it just gets better and better and better and better. And it's just consistency. You wanna start creating things with a consistency. I want to let you guys know that nothing is original. And here are some of the archetypes of stories. A Monster in the House. What is Monster in the House? That is a movie or a show or anything that has to involve with being trapped indoors with either a killer, a monster, or whatever, right? And these stories have been told all the time. We see it all the time, and we don't really count that as original, right? Because like, okay, I seen this with Nightmare on Elm Street. I seen this with Jason and all the other horror film monsters. Even Jaws has the same premise. Yo, I missed out on all those hydrate checks because I was on a roll. I'm on a roll. And I'm gonna give you a couple examples of Monster in the House. That'd be Jaws, Tremors, Aliens, The Exorcist, Fatal Attractions, and The Panic Room. These all are different themes. Either they're being monsters or a person. It still fits in the theme of Monster in the House. Okay, I saw you regret. Hydrate in all caps. I will hydrate. Dude, I'm so geeked. I'm telling you guys all this stuff. I've been waiting to do this class, and I've been anxious, I've been nervous, and I just want to, I'm so geeked, man. I'm just so geeked. Super hyped. Golden Fleece. This is another archetype for movies, right? And Golden Fleece is all about the adventure, the end goal, and something that can be told for generations, which would be Star Wars, Wizard of Oz, Back to the Future, and a lot of heist movies. And it doesn't stop with just movies and animation. Things have been sampled over the time, especially in music. I'm a hardcore rap fan. I thought that all these beats that I grew up with Biggie, Tupac, Dr. Dre, I thought the beats that they were just so original. Like I didn't know how music even worked. And as I'm getting older, I'm hearing the beat of a song, and I'm thinking, oh, they're about to play some rap. No, it's the original song that they sampled from. I'm like, wow. And as I keep on getting older and older, I'm like, damn, is there anything rap or R&B or any other type of music didn't like take a sample or beats from? Nothing is original. We want the same thing, but just told differently. So you can make your ninja story akin to Naruto, but you can change it up. It could be like Ninja and Monster in House. Like, you can remix it. It's the same thing, but just told differently. Okay, so let's say you want to work on a story, all right? And all you need is a plot. Come up with something short and simple. It doesn't have to be an ongoing thing. I'm not asking you or telling you to create the next One Piece that will never end, and I swear it will never end. Fight me on this because I know it's not going to end. I grew up with it. But I'm not saying you can make the next One Piece or Naruto. You can make a one-shot, just a simple story on whatever. And this can go for your webtoons, it can go for your animations, and it can even go for game developing too. Like if you want to like make a certain game, you can start off with something short and sweet. The next thing you want to do is like start coming up with your characters. You can either write your character's background, or you can just start up with just drawing them out. And just have fun with it. Nothing, you don't want to be too invested. You don't want to just fall in love with this process. It can be your baby too at the same time, but you want to keep on making stories. You want to keep on making new projects because you don't ever want to be a creator that makes one thing and you're done. One and done, that's not what we're aiming for. We're just trying to create something dope all the time. Dave Dapper V, he made more than 5, I think maybe 6 comics before he even made his Dream Vespers manga that got published. Or was it Xeno something? He made so many comics. So I'm just saying, we're gonna keep on moving on to different projects. First, we start small And here how we can break it down. We can write a theme, maybe plus short plot. And if you want to start making characters, you can design. Sorry if my handwriting's so sloppy. One character. And on your own workload, you can decide what you can do. You can either design one character a day, or every 2 to 3 days. When I follow myself personally, I design one character and I do it in a span of 3 days, just so I know I got everything down right. So I'll go through the whole concept pipeline where I would make different silhouettes, different shapes for the character, and I'm not married to anything. I'm not invested in anything. I just want to make something and get it done and get it out there, because I know over time I will get better at the entire process of doing it. But I'm already getting the practice in by just trying in the first place. My cam's off forehead. Let me check. It's that mega mind. Move the camera slightly down. All right. This is as down as it gets, because then I have the top of my PC right here. Okay. Now, back to getting started. So what you want to do is like come up with a routine or a schedule where you work on your said project. Depending on how much you want to work for it, you can decide your tempo. A lot of it's going to be tempo based. Do something that you're comfortable with, not like really pushing outside of your comfort zone. But the only thing that we're trying to do to push you out of your comfort zone is starting in the first place. All right. And you could either come up with a timeline of like how many characters you want done, but I also don't want to put that pressure on you either. Like I don't want to like set up a timeline or come up with a due date, but I advise that you do that anyway, just so you could get into the habit of just getting to your projects no matter what. So by starting small, let's say we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? I'm gonna design my character on Monday, right? And I'm going to keep working on him and I'm gonna finalize him on Wednesday. So that's 3 days of me doing it. And then if I wanna add in the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, that can be for polish, or I mostly polish on a Wednesday. Or you can start working on the next character. So you can either start gathering ref or study material for the next character. So right before I even start working on my characters, I make sure that I already have like a reference folder on what my character is going to be wearing, what type of mood is my story, where's the environment going to be, is it going to be dark and moody, and or is it going to be bright and happy. I do the research first, the first day, and then the next day I start rough drafting things. Then after I'm done with the rough draft, I leave it alone and I can practice more fundamentals on the side. That's why I will work on my character designs for 3 days. I will study fundamentals and then go back and try to apply those same things to my characters. And for the webtoons, I can even give you another process for making a webtoon. All right, so we're going back with the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday game plan for the week. So Monday, I'm gonna come up with a script. Script. We'll come up with a script. And it doesn't have to be the entire story. You can just do partial of a script, enough to be for like about 20, maybe 30 panels. right? And we can leave it alone from right there that Monday. We already got our job done for today. Tuesday, we work on thumbnails. And these thumbnails, they don't have to be neat. They don't have to be pretty. They just gotta tell the story the best way you can see it. These thumbnails are not for anyone's eyes but yours. And then as we move on throughout the week, let's say Wednesday, we'll start roughing the pages. That means as we take our thumbnails, we're gonna put it onto a panel and understand the layout and maybe check if our perspective is right for storytelling and just get an overall look at a more refined thumbnail and see what works and what doesn't work. And once you're done with that, you can chill. You can chill. Moving on to Thursday, you can either line it and so on. Each day, you're gonna practice one thing. And this is something that I was doing before the entire lockdown. With my work schedule and my personal life being crazy as it was, trying to make money and like put food on the table and just try to keep myself alive, this is the type of workflow I had to do. I had to start off really small and pace myself as I went. And for the fact that I even did this at least once a day put me in a better mood because I'm actually working on something productive. This is something that means a lot to me. And it's something that I can find fun and peaceful for myself. Going into work, it didn't even matter if the manager yelled at me. It didn't even matter if I got into a fight with some dude that was obviously like drunk or something or whatever. None of that stuff mattered because I did the one thing that mattered to me in that day. After that, everything's Gucci. Like literally, you could have told me like the worst things. I'm like, okay, that's tight. You know, I'm fine. You know, say for modeling, I've been practicing a little bit 3D modeling on the side because I've seen a lot of you guys in here that uses 3D models for illustrations, and I must say it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. This can also help when it comes to making webtoons too. If you want to hurry up and quickly 3D model like a building perspective, it doesn't even have to be detailed. You just draw all over it. And that can speed up your workflow. Super tight. So for you modelers out there, and if you want to get better at modeling, I do this on the side. Mondays, if I'm modeling that day, model Monday, I watch one tutorial and I try to follow that tutorial and model said thing in that tutorial. Just once a day. If modeling is your main thing, start off small and do one thing a day. And the more you get the custom of using that program and the more experience that you get with these things, that's when you can start upping the ante. Like, you know what? I've been modeling one thing for the past 2 months. I'm feeling kind of cocky. I am feeling myself. You know, I think I got it. Model 2 things. It's like working out. Once you start getting used to your set amount of weight and you're already blasting through it, you're already building that strength. You're already building that confidence. You're like, yeah, you know what? I got this. You know what? Stack on that extra plate. I got it. Just keep doing it like that. Slow and steady. And it might be a very long process. Trust me, it is. But guaranteed, you will get better over time. Instead of feeling like I'm not progressing fast enough because all I gotta do is sit down and do studies. I've known people, and I've done this myself, I fell in the trap where I feel like all I had to do was studies. I cannot do anything fun. I cannot work on fan art. I cannot post stuff on social media unless I get my fundamentals down. And fundamentals is one of those things that like, it's hard, but if you do it all the time, you do get better. But the more you do it and you keep yourself structured this way, it gets you to start hating art. It feels more of a chore, like waking up the next day like, oh, I gotta do lines, I gotta do perspective, I gotta practice my circles and ellipses, and I just don't feel like arting at all today. You start building up a negative view on art. And that's not what you wanna do, because you do it because you love this shit, right? So you wanna like lessen that time. You wanna make your fundamentals either 20, maybe 30% of the process, and the rest should be fun and just you doing your thing. Because the best work comes from us when we're having fun, we're stress-free, and we're relaxed on doing this. Sirius Crane says, would like to know how to better advertise myself to people because it's hard to motivate myself to make something and barely have anyone view it. See, and that's the thing, Sirius Crane. Your goal is not to really have anyone view it. To be honest, if anything, you want to start posting stuff. You just want to post something just to get over that fact of that fear. You want to get that confidence of just saying, okay, I am okay with sharing my work. I used to be the person that will do my work and hide it. I don't want to show anybody. At one point, I wouldn't dare showing any of the mods here what I'm working on. I wouldn't even dare stream my stuff. I'll just say, yeah, I draw, and then I'll post it. You know? But the thing is, by posting on social media, you're just kind of breaking through that uncomfortability within yourself to sharing things. The more you share, the better it will be for you to share to others, and then maybe be more accepting for critique. Maybe have someone poke some holes in your ideas or whatever. And you're not doing it for the attention at all. You're just doing this for yourself. If you get attention, that's cool too. You know what? I like being small. I like that I have a small YouTube channel. I like how I have a very small following base on Instagram, because I don't want everyone to see like my mess ups. You know, I don't mind the smallness. I'm just doing it for myself so I can see how far I came. And so you want to do this for you and not for anyone else. You know what? Just as an artist, we're always students. We're always going to be a student. It doesn't matter how far you go with your art career or path. You can be working on a next hot video game that's coming out, but you're always constantly going to be in the mode of learning. Everything in art, you're just always learning. There's even people to this day, I'm just repeating myself. You guys get it. You guys get it. I don't know why I'm repeating myself. But you're always going to be learning. You're always going to be a student. And you know what? It doesn't hurt to try something a different way. I used to be stuck in the idea of just only doing the core fundamentals and never drawing anything on the side. And then someone told me that I should start working on my own stuff again. I should start doing stuff that makes me happy. Reduce the amount of work that I put on myself, and like start working on the fun stuff. So I just meant this class to be like an hour thing. Don't want to eat up too much in a day, but I'll be making more classes throughout the entire month of August. We're in August, right? I've been inside for so long, I don't even know what day is what anymore. Yeah. So I have an entire month of classes in August that we'll talk even more in depth about even continuing on with your projects and building better habits and mindset when it comes to everything. This entire recording will be edited and put on YouTube for later consumption. I'm glad you guys are hella motivated. And I will come up with a worksheet. I have plans for lots of worksheets, guys. I have plans for making worksheets for fundamentals, perspective, understanding ellipsis. Thank you, Yami, for linking the YouTube channel. Thank you, Nightbot. I'd like to thank Damon Ray for moderating my Twitch for me. I always appreciate and I value you. And I'd like to thank everyone else here that came in today. And I hope that this says something and this resonates with you in some way and helps you get inspired to do your own work. And again, at the end of the day, forget what people might think. You're doing this for yourself, and your idea is not stupid. And just make something cool. Do this for yourself. Think of it like as making it as a love letter to the things that inspired you. Because we all got into art for some reason, right? I got into art because Mega Man was dope at the time. So I geared to make my things as love letters to the things that inspired me to get into the thing in the first place. So thank you guys for coming. I'm going to end the stream. And yeah, you guys have a good one.